And we're back here at the interview area with CSU Bakersfield head coach Greg McCall along with student athlete Andy Eastley. Much as we did the previous news conference, we will start with a statement of the game from coach and then open it up for questions for Andy and then for both of them up there. I ask that if you are on a handheld device that you raise your hand to ask a question. If you are not, then please use the word question in the chat box along with your name and affiliation. I see a few of you are in there already. So without further ado, Coach, go right ahead.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. First off, I'm going to just give hats off to Hawai'i. I thought they played a really, really good game. The biggest thing for us was, of course, rebounding. And that's one of the things I put up on the board. Energy and rebounding was one of the big things for us. And you could just see for us, let me say this too. I'm so proud of my team. I'm really, really proud of my team. The sacrifices they made throughout the season, us getting shut down twice during the season hurts a lot, especially coming in right before the tournament. And I don't want to use that as an excuse, but it is what it is on that, and I'm so proud of how hard they played. When we came off of quarantine, I shot 2 practices at them right away. We had back on the same day. We had back and no complaints. We practiced again the next day. No complaints. The practice again the next day. No complaints. We came over here and we practiced. And every one of those practices was intense practices trying to see how much I can push my team to the limit. And it was no complaints. And because they wanted it. They wanted it. And it was going to be one of those things where we could gut this game out right here. Our energy level, our mental capacity would have been so much better for the next game. It was just one of those things where when that coming off of COVID, it happened to Hawai'i when they came to us. They came off of COVID. And you could tell. You could tell. And we were able to get 2 games in off of them because they were just so drained. It's hard to be able to do those things when you cannot work out and you cannot practice. And it's a huge difference. And so I'm just commending my team for the way that they took advantage of this season. At the times we were able to, we were picked to be 8th in the conference. We ended up 4th. That's huge. That's setting a lot for our program. It set our values and what we are standing for high. And I know we're going to come back next year even stronger. At least that's what I'm pushing for, and that's what I think they'll be pushing for.
All right, we'll start first with Jonathan Lenk from Eyewitness News Bakersfield. Go right ahead.
Hey, Coach, you said your team has been on pause for about 3 weeks now from a coronavirus issue. Do you think that played a part in tonight's loss?
Oh, definitely, for sure. We were playing really well, and we knew we were going to come out with some energy. We knew that. And it wasn't our energy throughout the game. It was just the fact of, we just got tired. We had a couple girls that kind of take a little bit longer pause at halftime just to try to get a little bit of extra rest. And then just our rebounding. They were just faster to the ball. It was like we were stuck in sand, if you want to say that, stuck in mud at times. They were just, boom, faster to the ball. They were quicker to the ball than we were. And even the times where we had opportunities to get some loose balls and steals, boom, they were still quicker than us. And that does play a huge factor when you're not able to work out. You're not able to get into the gym and not touch a ball for 14 days. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough for anybody. Any athlete that stays out from the game, it's just going to take a while for them to get back. We were in a good rhythm coming into this thing. We were in a great rhythm. Yeah, we had just played against Santa Barbara at home, and we took that loss, but then we had some players that in that game right there just kind of started to take effect on us, and then we were going to come back the next day, hopefully, but we got shut down. So we were in a good rhythm and a good place mentally for us to be able to win this game, but then, of course, COVID.
We'll go to Clay Cunningham from the Bakersfield Californian. Go ahead, Clay.
Andy, kind of building on Coach, you in particular came out strong. Did you feel like, how did you feel like your energy, like the energy both for you and the team carried over as the game got on after that long pause?
I think we started off strong with energy. We were playing like a team, but I think the fatigue hit as the game went on. Despite the 2-week pause that we had where we weren't even allowed to leave our apartments or houses, I was still really confident that the team was going to win and do well in this tournament just because of how much I believe in my teammates and my team and how competitive we all are. And so I was very confident in that, and that says a lot. I think it just, Hawai'i outplayed us. We got fatigued, and we didn't rebound. So I think we started off strong, and then as the game went on, our energy started to drain.
Follow-up too, and like I know with the rules like allowing everybody to have the eligibility, with you kind of being like a senior, have you given any thought to use that extra year of eligibility next season?
Yeah, I have given thought to it, and I'm gonna come back and play one more year, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to play with these teammates one more time and play with these coaches. I couldn't ask for a better situation to be in, so that is a silver lining that next year every single person will be back, and we have a big chip on our shoulder.
Let's go to Greg Kerr.
Coach, and both Andy, Coach Beeman said that COVID just isn't fair. You know, it just isn't fair. And it seemed to be one of timing. They got theirs early, you got yours late. You just sort of speak to the unpredictability of it all.
Correct. It's definitely not fair. It's not fair to any team that has to go through this, and you're asking them to come out and compete at a high level with a team that hasn't, and that's hard to do. That's really, really hard to do. Again, like you can take off 2 weeks at a highly trained athlete. They can take off 2 weeks of not doing absolutely anything. I don't care what sport it is. They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. And that's one of those things where, you know, just your rhythm is off, your wind is off, you know, just being able to touch the ball. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, me as a coach, me being a competitor, you know, I didn't never make that excuse for my players. But I knew that, you know, it was a possibility that this could happen. But I would never let them know. I would never tell them, hey, man, because of COVID during the time when we got back, we're going to struggle. I never did. Even the time we got set off the first time against Long Beach, I knew that it was definitely going to be a struggle. We had a day and a half, and we battled. We just, every time you run out of gas. And again, Coach Beeman couldn't have said it better. COVID is not fair. It's not fair that, you know, every team has to go through this and then has to come out and play at a high level. And you want them to compete at a high level. And as coaches and as competitors, as the team, you know, they're wanting to play at a high level, but sometimes your body just can't do it.
Andy, you want to answer that as well?
I mean, I think she said it well. I mean, it's very unfortunate in all aspects, and so I'm just looking forward to next year and hopefully getting all of that cleared up and moving on from COVID.
We'll go next to Steven's side. Go right ahead.
And Coach, again, speaking on the fatigue part, it seemed like that also factored in the number of fouls you were getting. It seems you were a little bit later and not as energetically defensive at some points. Was that, again, a factor in how many times they went to the free throw line?
Oh, huge. You know, and that's something we were trying to do on our own, is to get to the free throw line. And I thought we did a good job getting to the free throw line. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit. But yeah, I thought we did a good job. But, yeah, our defensive presence wasn't there at times. Again, we was like we were stuck in mud, stuck in sand. And, you know, they were quicker. They were quicker to the basket, quicker to the ball, especially on the rebounds. They were much, much quicker than we were. And so we felt like we were stuck in mud and stuck in sand at times. And no matter what we did and what we tried to do, we would stop most of their plays we were stopping right away. And they would get a shot off, but they were getting the rebound back. And so they had 18 second chance points, 20 points off the bench, fast break points. They were faster than us, and that's something that we already have designed. We were just kind of playing just out of rhythm a lot, and that was because of, you know, they were much quicker. So yes, it definitely did play a big part.
All right.
If I answered your question.
All right, thank you very much to both of you. And, you know, have a great trip back, and congratulations on the season as well.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Oh, so go right ahead. We have one more. Go right ahead. Sorry.
It's kind of a two-parter. So, Andy, I want to start with you. Despite saying all of that, obviously you had a hot hand and you did some great work out there. And then during all of this, can you just talk about your performance, especially just from behind the arc, and how you were able to get comfortable after so much time off?
I just tried to stay confident. Today, though, it was really just my teammates giving me the ball in the right spots, running the plays right. So that's all them. I didn't really have to do a lot of creating for myself when I was hitting those threes. So that's credit to them.
Absolutely. And then congrats to both of you on enduring a crazy season. And Coach, I wanted to start with that. This has to be surreal for you. A year ago, you were watching your ladies leave the floor without playing. And then obviously your ladies, we didn't know we would be here today, right? We didn't get to this tournament. So just with all of that said and all that you've processed, how proud are you of your ladies and what they've endured and just getting to this game today?
Yeah, I said it as soon as the game was over with, how proud I was of them. All the things that they've sacrificed throughout the year. Some of them didn't get to go home for spring. Some of them didn't get to go home for summer. They didn't get to go home for Thanksgiving. They didn't get to go home for Christmas. They were here the whole entire time. So you're asking a lot. And then when you're here, you're telling our players, you come to practice, go back to your apartment. You come to practice, get back to your apartment. Don't try to go out. Make sure you stay in your bubble. That's a huge sacrifice on a lot of young kids. You're asking a lot in order for us to be able to play. And I commended them because without them, my team, as a coach, we wouldn't be here. You look at all the teams that were shut down, and some teams that decided to buy out, to opt out. Definitely I bet you it wasn't the coaches' ideas. It was the players. So for me, I owe my players so much gratitude because they allowed me to coach. And they allowed me to coach them hard in order to be where we are. We finished up 500 in this conference, but we were supposed to have been picked 8th. We finished up 4th. And it was all because they allowed it. They wanted it. And we did a really, really good job in this conference. We had a winning record in the conference. And so taking 4th place, I can't say anything better. Yes, we all want to win every game. We only played 18 games. And you see how hard that was for us. We finished, 9-9? And you see how hard that was for us to get to this point. It just felt like a long, grueling season. And you're supposed to play, 28, 29 games. And you get to this point right here, and it just felt like it was hard and grueling. So can't say anything bad, but just commend my team for allowing me to coach them.
All right, well said from the both of you. And again, congratulations on your season. And safe travels home.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Big West, for allowing us to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you both.